Hi everyone, welcome to another Harry Potter Wizards Unite video. And in today's video, I'm going to just kind of switch it up and instead we're going to talk about foundables and stuff in the registry for a change. So anyways, let's go ahead and habit led me to click profession instead, but let's go into the registry. And let's talk about some more rare foundables. So in comparison, it always seems like, you know, for highs and severe rarity foundables, there's always one that's more rare than the other, and you know, there's one that's more common, one's more rare. So let's go over the registry, and with the numbers I collected with you know, with some other folks' number as well. Not the biggest sample size ever, but it seems like most players' experiences do kind of align with what we've gathered. So anyways, let's go over this one by one. So let's start from Hagrid's Hut. Let's start with the high severity ones first. So in Hagrid's Hut, the two high severity ones we got is the baby Norwegian Ridgeback and the Hippogriff. So this one's easy. Pretty clear that Hippogriff spawns much more than the baby Norwegian Ridgeback. It's not even close. So like, even for my personal registry, like, it just blows the Norwegian Ridgeback. It has like 4 times the spawn rate of the Norwegian Ridgeback over here. So that's the high severities. For the severe ones, severe severities, so we got 2 over here. We got Buckbeak and also Friends. So this one is quite easy as well. Friends spawns way more than Buckbeak does. Seems like everyone's experience is somewhat similar to this as well. So that's 4-care magical creatures. Moving on to the dark arts. So for the dark arts, the 2 high severity ones are the Thestral and the Portrait of Voldemort. So this one is also quite clear that the Thestral just spawns much more than the Portrait of Voldemort for the high severities. And then moving on to the severe severities, we got Percival Graves and the Swooping Evil. So this one is quite clear as well. Percival Graves seems like it spawns way more than Swooping Evil. If it weren't for the FanFest, this time I'd be sitting at like 2 Swooping Evils so far. So yeah, there's that as well. Moving on to the Hogwarts School. So this one isn't as clear, honestly. I've heard like mixed reports. Some people say for the high severities we got Peeves and Moaning Myrtle, right? Some folks say they find more Moaning Myrtles. Some folks say they find more Peeves. For me, they're like about the same, honestly. 130 on that one, 143. So we really don't have too much enough data to make anything conclusive. But I mean, it really seems to me that if this is the case, it might just be that they have really similar spawn rates and they're not too far apart from each other in that case. So that's for the high severities. Moving on to the severe severities. This one, it does seem quite clear as well. You got a Fox versus the Sorting Hat. For me, it seems like Fox has a higher spawn rate than the Sorting Hat. Albeit not too much, but still, Fox does have, it is a bit more common than the Sorting Hat. Moving on to Legend of Hogwarts. This one is the one registry that I don't have too much sample data on, but it's quite clear that for the high severities, Professor Snape spawns much more than Sirius Black. But for the severes, I honestly don't know. So, you know, I'm not gonna like make up numbers just to make myself seem smart and like mislead you guys. So, you know, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know this one. So if you guys have better sample sizes, let me know what you got in the comments down below. Just your like total scene foundables of the Legends of Legends of Hogwarts. How many young Hermione Grangers you've seen, and how many young Harry Potters you've seen, and also give me the totals for the young Harry Potter and young Hermione Granger, just to, you know, help us out on seeing if one has a higher spawn rate than the other. So, okay, moving on to the Ministry of Magic. So this one for the high severity foundables, personally, it feels the same. You got Tonks and Mad-Eye Moody, although like, I always felt like I've seen a bit more Moody than Tonks, but when I actually checked the numbers, they are actually really similar. But like from what I've heard from other folks and from what I've seen in their registry, they do have slightly more Mad-Eye Moody than Tonks. So it might be just me in my registry, but mines are pretty, you know, similar in terms of numbers. So this one, I need you guys' help as well. Let me know in the comments down below which one is more common for you, Mad-Eye Moody or Nymphadora Tonks. So that's for the high severity ones. For the severe ones is, yeah, the Veil, it's impossible to find. And then Tank of Brains is just everywhere. So, well, in comparison to the Veil. So there's Ministry of Magic. Moving on to Magizoology. So this one, for the high severities, you got two. You got the Mountain Troll and also the Demiguise. Is that how you pronounce it? I don't know. So it seems like the Mountain Troll has a much higher spawn rate than the other one. So there's that. And when we, you know, when we talk about the severe ones, Picket is just impossible to find. Picket is just one of the rarest foundables in the game in comparison to the Unicorn, which, you know, isn't too common either, but is much more common than the Picket. So there's that, and you know, this is not just my numbers. It's numbers from a huge pool of people. Obviously, if it was just my numbers, it wouldn't seem too much of a difference, but, you know, also my numbers are skewed anyway since I went to the FanFest. But anyways, that is what my data shows so far. Moving on to Magical Game and Sports. The high severity, like the Magical Game and Sports is a bit difficult because unlike all the other registries, well, not all the other registries, most of the other registries, it does have a fourth page, which got added much more later, so it's impossible to count these in comparison to the others. So we're not going to talk about these, although just with an eye test, it seems like these two, Quidditch fan Luna Lovegood and Quidditch fan Neville Longbottom, do seem to have a slightly lower, I don't even know if slightly is the best word, but just a lower spawn rate than the Golden Snitch, which is just everywhere. The Golden Snitch, it just blows the Nimbus 2000 out of the water in terms of the spawn rates. So Nimbus 2000 is much more rare in this case. And then for the Severes, it is quite clear as well. The Quidditch Keeper Ron just has a better spawn rate than the Goblet of Fire, which is also severe. And again, we're not going to touch upon Hermione since she's new. The data I've gathered, like, literally, I mean, I guess I could really do the math and like divide it by the days that are played, but then again, it's also totally skewed because like you could just like play a lot before pre Quidditch launch and not play so much post Quidditch launch, or play a lot post Quidditch. So this one is almost impossible to say. So we're gonna skip over that. Moving on to Mysterious Artifacts. For the high severity ones, we've got the Mirror of Erised, and then also the Erised, I never knew how to pronounce it, honestly. And also Mad-Eye Moody's Eye. So Mad-Eye Moody's Eye is the more common one in this duo. As for the severes, we got the Pensive, and where is the other one? We got the Pensive, oh, here, right beside it. And the Philosopher's Stone. Philosopher's Stone is much more common than the Pensive in this case. So there's that. Moving on, Wonders of the Wizarding World. So for the high severity ones, we've got our Baby Mandrake and the Faux Glass, which Faux Glass you don't see too often in comparison to the Baby Mandrake, which you do see at a better rate than the Faux Glass. And for the severes, you got Weasley's Flying Car, and then Grop. It's just, you know, it's just much more common than Weasley's Flying Car in this scenario. Moving on to the oddities, we don't really have that dynamic here, honestly. Oddities is just more of a, you know, time, weather, all that stuff, right? So, yeah, anyways, that's all we got here. So, you know, just some more rares or common foundables in comparison to, you know, in their own class. And yeah, some of these are really rare. Swooping Evil and Picket, these are incredibly rare for just severes. Like, these might be just more rare than like their emergency equivalents, just because emergencies, there's mostly only just one emergency in each registry, so it has the whole spawn rate to itself, as you know, where the severe foundables, they have to split its spawn rate with the other one, and it's not even half, it's like super skewed percentages. So a lot of times some of these really severe ones might be even harder to find than a lot of these emergencies. So anyways, again, that's gonna be it for those one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know again any of your findings on this topic in the comments down below. There's a few ones that I don't have a good sample size of, that I didn't get a good sample size of, which is Legend of Hogwarts, the high severities for Hogwarts School, and the highest severities for Ministry of Magic. So again, let me know your sample sizes, your percentages of each foundable, and down in the comments down below. And yeah, that's gonna be it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Like if you did, and subscribe if you guys are new for some more Harry Potter Wizards Unite content. And I'll see you guys in the next one.